Good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing this blessed Sunday morning? Me, I'm not doing too well. I've got to get up and cook here eventually. Well, I got most of my stuff done last night, so I just got a few more items I got to cook today. I'm glad this thing only happens once a year. And in reality, this is the only second year since the C word that we've done it, so... All right. I'm sorry, hon. I wish you would have got some sleep. You're good. I mean, this is about the missing child, but this is more or less about the fake people involved in it. And the people that pretend to get your hopes up and then nothing ever comes of it. So, yeah, it's more about a rant and aggravation. And I just figured I'd do a live this morning and talk about it because it's been on my mind for a day or so now. And actually, it's been on my mind for a long time. I just never thought about it or said anything about it out loud, only because I just didn't feel like it. But since another creator that I'm cool with did a video on it yesterday, but it was for a different reason. But I saw the news reporter's face and it just triggered me. So yes, we are going to be talking about the news reporter Chad Nesbitt. I don't know if y'all know him. He's from Skyline News out of Asheville, North Carolina. It's like one of those little hometown news things. It's not a big corporation or affiliated with any of the bigger ones. And then you got this dude named Exploring with Nug or Explore with Nug. He kind of does the same stuff as AWP. Kind of, I said. Kind of. But he had once tried to take a look into Summer's case. And, I mean, I was talking to him on Messenger for a while. But in the end, after getting everybody's hopes up about a new set of eyes on this case, he decided, after doing his live and talking about it, that he wasn't going to go any further than that live. And I was like, dude, you know how many people you just got their hopes up for a fresh set of eyes on this case? I said, I'm very weird about this case to begin with. And when it comes to people like you that get people like me and others with our hopes held high that you may be able to come and help. I was like, but you listening to all the fakeness and not accepting anything from anybody that has a different opinion, considering, you just took the majority's opinion of what your chat was saying. Never did he once, in my opinion, take a look at this case for what it was. And instead of listening to what the majority says, why don't you use your own head and do what you feel is right? It just drives me nuts, y'all. Like, it don't make no damn sense. Good morning, OG. Hello, Shug. Hello, Circlebox. Which one are you talking about, Shug? Are you talking about Nesbitt or Nug? damn laptop drives me nuts. Yeah, he was, I mean, he done, we're going to get into him in a minute because I can find more on him than I can on the Exploring with Nug guy. And I'm not bashing either one of them. Well, maybe Nesbitt, but not Nug. I'm not going to bash him. He is a YouTube creator. But I did talk to him, and he was just like, "Whoa, step back, step back. I'm not even going to get into the case. Like, what I did is what I did, and that's it." And that's when I really started getting annoyed with him. I was like, "So you're going to go with what everybody in your chat says, right? Majority rules, I guess, in your eyes." And I literally told him he needed to step back and take a look at the case for what it was and use his own mind and not listen to what people tell you, and go to some creators that actually can give you information instead of giving you the assumptions and the theories and the speculations. I was like, because there's really no truth to this case. We really don't know much. I was like, all you really know is what people have been putting out there. I was like, some things are backed up by Ellie, but some things are not. And it's just, it bothers me. It really does. We're going on 2 years. And not one of us, I don't care what kind of information, who you talk to, where you get it from, not one of us has the real truth from June 15th. We know what they want us to know. And that's it. Hello, Discovery. Exploring with Nug. Oh, this was months back. I think I might still have his messages saved. It really bothers me that like people give you false hope with Summer's case. Like, all we want is to find her. All we want is to bring her home. Now, whether that's either or, it doesn't matter at this point. I would love for her to be running around, laughing, smiling, and my heart will always make me feel like that. But either way, at this point in time, I just want her brought home. I want this case to come to an end. I want it to be over and done with. It's not fair to Summer. It's not, because she has gotten lost, figuratively speaking, between really being lost and getting lost inside this case, because everybody's making it to be about the parents and not about poor little Summer. I mean, I love to say I wish all us creators could come together and just be civil with each other for this case. But I know in the back of my head, my mind is telling me you're a dumb ass to even think that would happen, because if they did, there would be other agendas and it wouldn't be all pure. Like, my agenda is different than a lot of other people's. Oh, no. I don't know about either one of their past. I'm not talking about their past. I'm talking about them in general. Nug, me and him did have a conversation for about a week and a half after his live episode. I never talked to Nesbitt, and I don't think it would be in my best interest to talk to Nesbitt. Because he just lied all the way around. Like, completely lied. And I've got We've got videos to prove that. Like, nothing he said came with facts. All right, let's watch this.
Go.
These dang cats, if they don't, dogs, if they don't stop, man. All morning I hear this.
Okie dokie, let's see. Not believing it. There. I see y'all. Technology is great. You can. On the comment section, just say, yes, I can hear you.
All right, so just to let y'all know, there was no other part to this. So he lied right off gate by saying that they'll be here tomorrow. He never did another live on this. This was the last thing he actually said about Summer's case.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Crap. Can you hear me?
I'll get to that with you in a minute, Discovery.
That says I'm up and running. Okay. Y'all just disappeared over here, but I will start again. All right. Yes, thank you, Mike Lanning. Thank you. The thing where I see what everybody's saying has just disappears, and I don't know why. I'm not sure what situation.
Because you're on regular YouTube Live, you idiot.
Not, then we'll have Larry on tomorrow. Our guest tonight was, I can't tell you his last name. His first name is Larry. He works closely with law enforcement. He searches and finds with a great team of other investigators. And here at Skyline, we've learned a lot from Larry. But he finds missing children and missing people. And he has taught us some of the best tools ever in order to find missing loved ones out here. And he, along with us, has not given up on the Summer Wells story that happened out of Rogersville, Tennessee. Summer Wells disappeared. She was 5 years old. She disappeared about a year and 3-4 months ago. She again was out of Rogersville, Tennessee. There was a lot of her parents were on Dr. Phil, and they were on these old talk shows and all over the news media. And a lot of people were concerned about this little girl's well-being. Inside Edition, I believe it was, came inside the home of Summer Wells, and the living conditions were to say.
Okay, well, there's another lie. Inside Edition went into, or whatever he just said, the news, that one program on TV, went into their house. It wasn't that either. Like, I don't care. Get her name out. That's all we need. Get her name out. But why do you have to put misinformation in there? Like, at least get the info that's out there, even if it's false. Like, nobody has ever said Inside Edition or whatever it was. Nobody's ever said that. Where did it come from, Chad? Where? Hello, Nana. Good morning. Yes, I agree, Circlebox. The very next night, he was supposed to do the thing with the American Recovery Project, and he never did it. He hasn't done anything. And, I mean, how was he stopped? It wasn't like it was a federal program in like CBS or NBC. This is a privately owned news thing here in North Carolina. I didn't say Leslie, I said Chestnut. Him. I'm just breaking down the little things that he says in these lies that are lies, not the real stuff that we have heard all along. Like what he just said, that new Inside Edition did a thing in their house. That was a lie. In the beginning, he said the next night, the American Recovery Project guy was supposed to be on his live. He did a live, but it wasn't about the American Recovery Project. Circle box. I'm just looking at it for what he's saying.
A little strange. She lived under a table that went down. You went down into a hole in the floor that went into the basement, but this table covered up the hole that you went into, and they let cameras in down there. And the father has been in jail. I believe he gets out at the end of this month in this next few days, and he.
Yep, he was right on that because Don got out 4 days after this video.
He went to jail for DUI and probation violation. So I want to bring your attention to just a little recap. There's Summer Wells, okay, 5 years old. There's her parents right there, and there's a mugshot of her dad. And Skyline went and investigated last winter in regards to this. And I'll show you their home is right here in Rogersville, Tennessee. This, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but that whole area is meth driven, and there's a lot of drug dealing goes on and a lot of meth sold in that area of Rogersville, Tennessee.
Nana, see, you were right. Where the bus is, that is the dog trail.
He told us
I'm sorry, I
thought
thought the bus was in the
park
back
right here, Warriors Pass State Park,
but there is one up the hill behind the.
That's what they call this. The horse pond is where horses come down from this area right here, and they walk down through that path or through the asphalt and go down there to the pond. And so we went down there and looked around, and of course, it's almost 7 or 8 months later after she disappeared, and we could not find anything down there. Ben Hill Road is where they live in Rogersville, Tennessee. This is their driveway. And these blue barrels here is just where they ask DPS and so forth to put their packages. So anyway, we have not given up and looking for this little girl. And I'm going to tell you about the American Recovery Project. And I want everybody that's concerned about Summer Wells to go to this website. This is Larry's website and his team. American Recovery Project. It is a nonprofit that searches and finds missing people. And I can tell you they have found quite a few, and it's amazing. And I'm going to let Larry tell you all about that tomorrow.
Because every time I look for it, it comes up with something different.
We got a call from Larry the other day, and I believe it was Saturday. And they had used this high-tech thing that they have, and let me tell you about that in just a second. But they used this high-tech thing that they had to find a particular location in Rogersville or within that vicinity out there, and they found some bones. And they contacted.
This is when they found the 22-year-old girl in the woods. This is what he's talking about.
Me and wanted to know if I knew anybody that was like a coroner or anything along those lines, and which we did. And we contacted the coroner in Newland, and who had been on the guest on the show one time before. And after showing the pictures of these bones that were sent to us here at Skyline, the coroner contacted the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and told them, you better get over there. There's something to this. And so they did. And Tennessee Bureau of Investigation showed up with Larry's team was there. And I'm going to show you what they found. Now, we find out later that human bones and certain animal bones are very similar when you see them out there. And some of the TBI people thought it was what they discovered was animals or an animal. And there was another detective there that thought, well, I don't know so much about that, fellas. I think it might be a little something else and something to this. An anthropologist did come by and look at these things, and they did discover bones. I want to be clear, it is not Summer Wells. They believe this person to be of 22 years of age and not 5 years old, but they did find human remains at this particular location. I'm going to show it to you. Secondly, I want you to know that this high-tech system that the American Recovery Project has is incredible. Law enforcement, like I said, it works with Larry and his team and helping to find people. And the 3 people that we were looking for that were underage and were being prostituted out in the Asheville area, Larry's team helped us find those people there. And we've worked with the State Bureau of Investigation came up here.
Now, I tried to find this American Recovery Project. When he first did this live, I did find it. Now, I went back looking for it, and I can't find it anywhere now. They're coming up with all different ones, but not that one with that profile pic or background. Yeah, the Larry guy is the guy with the American Recovery Project. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, Shug, when you drive through there, like personally be there, you wouldn't or couldn't even tell that some of them are that bad off because the houses are beautiful. The land is gorgeous. There's a couple that, you would think were probably them that type, but I think they're just hoarders. And like my husband's family, like they don't like getting rid of anything because you never know, one day you might need it. I don't know if all these people in here, sweetheart, know who you are, besides being a sub in my room. Some of them I don't even think know you have a channel, love. Now that outfit that I don't remember who it was that had it on there, TT Sutton, I think. That shirt. I mean, they have the same colors, but it doesn't look like the same shapes. Like one is planets and stuff like that, and the other one looks like it's bows and I don't know. They just don't. I mean, it looks the same color, but it doesn't look like the same shirt to me. But I thought the bones and the shirt were found in the same spot or close by. But do you know how much clothes they have found out in them woods ever since Summer went missing? Do you know how many different clothings that they found out there? From little kids to grown-ups. Now, what if they're camping out there with their kids? And I wouldn't necessarily camp out in them woods with my kids. Or my kid. I might with the kid I have now, just so he can get lost, but no, I'm only joking. I do love my nephew. He's just worrisome. He's 17, and you know them ages think they know everything, and it drives me nuts. All right, so let's finish listening to what he says.
To meet with us and want to know how in the world y'all find these people, and we told them. So anyway, I hope you guys can still see me. He asked Lanning if he can, because if I can show you this. Lanning, give me another text here, buddy. Let me make sure I'm still on here. And
I want to say we were having a hurricane.
We're going to go. I'll show you what Larry and his team found.
I think.
And we'll start where they were. I cannot tell you the location of this as of yet. Larry might be able to do that tomorrow, but as of right now, I cannot. But this is the area, okay? This is where they were tromping around on Saturday. And they stumbled upon bones. And most of the bones were approximately 6 inches under the ground. Some were above the ground. It was it's beside sort of a river that's out there. And this one particular person told us that Summer had, thank you, Mike, thank you, that Summer was in the horse pond, and this particular place was by a river. Water comes in when it floods. Some more bones right here, and you come on down. Now one was laying right. There's another one right here. It's almost like in a shallow grave. Okay, and there were some articles of clothing that was there. Show that to you right here. Does that look like a little girl's clothing? We don't know. Here's another picture of it, right there. But after the anthropologist saw this pelvis.
Yeah, that looks like it has bunny rabbits and stuff on it.
Not Summer Wells.
But
they are bones.
Solar,
again, the American Recovery Project. I've got these pictures up here. I'm going to show you. There's the website. Write it down. Go to it. Take a look at it. It's just incredible people. And again, they do work with law enforcement. And so let me come back to you, and I'm going to show you one particular picture here that's really got my attention. The U.S. military has satellites going on. They can on terrorist camps, and they've got stuff where we can see the back of a car and see what the tail, the tag is on the tail end of the car. This computer system that Larry and his team have isn't quite that good, but it can certainly zoom in at a particular time and date. Hold on one second. A particular time and date in history that these satellites were flying over. These satellites have to be where they can see. There can't be any cloud cover. But if you know the time that a little girl was missing and the date the little girl was reported missing, then you can go to the the longitude and latitude of satellites of the particular time and the particular day that Summer Wells, for instance, went missing. And you can purchase the video and pictures of that the satellite company puts out there. And that's exactly what he did. And so he went to the time and day that Summer Wells went missing, and he constantly kept looking to see who pulled in up there and so forth. I can tell you this, particular people were there in a particular vehicle, and I can only tell you certain things here, and I'll let him tell you the rest of it. But that he followed with those satellite images where that particular vehicle went to, and it went to this location where these bones are.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what he is talking, what vehicle and stuff he's talking about, he said there was a truck. You can't see what color it was, but it was a truck that left was it Ben Hill? And drove down to Beach Creek. I don't know which way he turned. He'll tell you the rest. But they pulled off into the side of the wooded area, and 4 of them got out and 3 of them came back. So let's listen to some more.
Not Summer Wells' bones. The anthropologist and the people that saw this, that are professionals in this, say that it is human, but it is a 22-year-old person. And I do know that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is looking into it to see whose that is now, and so forth, along with the sheriff's department out there. So this is somewhat breaking news. We wish we knew something a little more about Summer, except that they did find those bones. Now, when they followed the car on the satellite thing, they followed it to that location. You can tell how long there were 4 people that got out of the car, and only 3 people came back. So you can't make out their faces, but you can tell how many bodies were there, and how many were, in other words, live bodies, walked into the woods, how long they were gone, and were gone for 3 hours, and then came back with only. So there's 4 went in and only 3 came out, and that's why Larry and his team decided to look over there and see what they could find. So that's what we had to report, and he's still looking. And I have a feeling if somebody out there, and you know who you are, if you would tell us the exact location, I mean exactly within a matter of feet, and not just some apartment complex out here or out here in the woods in some pond, if you could tell us exactly where this is, then we'll be more than glad. Like we said, when that reward money comes through, we'll give it to you, and we'll have a lawyer sign off on it. It says, yep, Skyline's giving you this, because we would give that information to the police and let them go out there and do it. But you don't want to go to the police because you have warrants for your arrest. We understand that. We totally get it. Totally. But we just want to put a close to this thing and see what comes out. That's what we were trying to do. And we had Larry on here, and he just ran out of time. He had some other things he had to take care of, some other previous engagements, but he will be back here tomorrow, and you can hear it from him yourself, okay? All right, so let's see. If it only goes so far. Now it's coming up so slow. People are saying yes, they can hear us. So sorry with technical difficulty here. I don't know why. It has something to do with this new app that this particular thing that we bought is running on, and probably the other half of it is me trying to learn to use it. So, but I think the majority of it's pretty much this app, as slow as everybody's things are coming up here. But anyway, we might come on later on tonight about some other things local here in the Asheville area. I want to talk about the sheriff's race. There's video out there in regards to Trey McDonald confronting Sheriff Quentin Miller for a debate. As you know, Trey is the Republican candidate, and Quentin is the incumbent, the Democrat, and they are running against each other, and he's calling Quentin for a debate, and it's kind of an interesting exchange. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about voting. A lot of people are contacting
us
about
I think
voting.
He's done. That was one he did. That was October 25th, 2022. That was about when Don got sentenced. See, this is them the day before. This was the one we just watched. That was telling us it has been moved to the 25th, the day before. And there's only 4. He only done 4 of them on her. It says 54 minutes, but I doubt it if 54 minutes worth of Summer. Hey, Lisa J.
Hey, this is Chad Nesbitt with Skyline News, and let's see who's on there first tonight. Let's see. Sarah Long Smith, Steve Williamson. Let's see. Melissa Fox, Jennifer Warren, April, Missy Decker Bowman, and a whole bunch of cool people. I tell you what, this is great. All right, so let's get started right off the bat. Before we get into the Summer Wells video, and we talk about the extensive mode here, and I want to see what comments are about this as well. But they did find the 3rd juvenile that was running around loose out here in the Irwin Hills area. And just a quick backdrop there. Last night there was 3 juveniles that held. They jumped the fence behind the where the storage. And then we did another video, and then we ended up finding out some more information. And then we went down to the area and did a little on the information that we found. We started digging up a little bit more stuff.
And let me just, I don't know how to say this to everybody, but Skyline's a little bit different, and I want it to be that way. You can see news stuff in regards to these investigations all you want to, but when it's in our backyard and you see these national news medias come out in here to Rogersville, which is just an hour away from here, hour and a half away, just right below Kingsport, Tennessee. They jumped the fence and got behind the where the storage units are that are right there where Advanced Auto Parts and Papa's Pizza is. And they got one guy there. They called another guy that somebody had noticed and fit the description of this person, and he was sitting over at McDonald's of all places. And then the other one, I believe they got it at Ingles Shopping Center down there. So that's what happened right there, and we got a little more clarification about it as the day went progressed. But that's what's gotten. So all three are in custody. They have been taken down to Madison County. There's a holding facility down there for juveniles. It's got a little bit more security than what we have up here in Buncombe County, according to what I'm being told. And so the coast is clear, and everybody's safe. They did break into a car that was at Papa's Pizza and stole a gun. And then they ended up throwing that gun out because they were afraid they were going to get in trouble. And they left it about 50 feet in the woods on Wynn Road, which is just down below Top Dog Car Wash. So anyway, that's what's going on. Questions about the Summer Wells case. And we did a video about it, and then we did another video, and then we ended up finding out some more information. And then we went down to the area and did a little, on the information that we found, we started digging up a little bit more stuff. And let me just, I don't know how to say this to everybody, but Skyline's a little bit different, and I want it to be that way. You can see news stuff in regards to these investigations all you want to, but when it's in our backyard and you see these national news medias come out in here to Rogersville, which is just an hour away from here, hour and a half away, just right below Kingsport, Tennessee. You see these news reports, and they are so generic. They are just basically da-da-da-da-da, dee-dee-dee-dee. This is what happened. But one thing that we noticed here at Skyline is that nobody, the neighbor of the area, or anybody who lives there in Rogersville, would go on television and be interviewed. Nobody. As a matter of fact, I didn't see in any of the newspaper articles, we did not see anybody that was interviewed from the family, or I'm sorry, not family, but from like neighbors or friends or friends of the family, or just anybody in the area. And why is that? Well, we've been there twice now, and the whole area, let me see if I can explain this to y'all. If you're from Buncombe County, the area is like the Sandy Mush area, okay? And in Sandy Mush, everybody knows everybody in Sandy Mush. Even in Lester, we all pretty much know each other out here, and it's a small knit community, okay? And in the Sandy Mush area, that's what this place kind of looks like, all right? But there's a little bit of difference here. In Sandy Mush, we all know each other. Anybody can tell you who's selling drugs at that house and who's selling drugs at this house. Don't act like y'all don't know that doesn't happen, because you do. Those are people in Sandy Mush know that kind of crazy stuff goes on at particular houses in the neighborhood, just like we know this on McInnes Cove Road. We get calls all the time from this one particular place, from all the neighbors on McInnes Cove Road. I'm sure the sheriff's department does too. And when we look back at the incident reports, they're all from that one house. It's because drugs were sold there. And so everybody knows what's going on, okay? Same thing in Rogersville, but it's a little more scarier than that. It is not just one house in the neighborhood that's selling dope. It's not just one house in the neighborhood where this guy's beating his wife. It's not just this one house in the neighborhood that's got a whole kennel full of dogs, and they're just, they shouldn't have that many dogs, and it's just like 100 dogs in a small little dwelling, that kind of place. It is mess central in Rogersville. That is, I would say that's got to be the number one money-making thing is meth. And it is, but again, it's like it is in the Marshall. Now, there are good people there. Don't get me wrong. It's like the Sandy Mush area. There's great people, okay? But out there is great people too. Rogersville is, and it's, but there's I can't stress to you how much meth is out there. Now, let's talk about the sheriff's department. Now, the reason I'm giving you the background on this is so you can see where I'm going.
How do you
and what we
know?
found out toward the end. Okay?
Did you go buy some?
Do you remember Madison County? Y'all tell me. Y'all remember Mr. Ponder, the sheriff down there? What was his name? E.Y. Ponder? Y'all remember that guy? Somebody tell me you do. Somebody tell me that, because back in the days of Madison County politics, you could pretty much get away with anything. There are elections in Madison County, and everybody knows this, and this has been talked about for several years. In Madison County, the elections down there would make the 2020 election look like a snowball. I'm telling you. But with the Larry Leaks of the world that are down there who run, who was the district attorney at the time, and all this kind of stuff, it was a tight-knit thing. And if you needed something done, you went to go see Larry Leak, or you went to go see Ponder, or something along those lines. Okay, it's not like that anymore. To some people, it probably would be, but it's nothing like it was. Trust me. I mean, there was to be the DMV fiasco. Just Google DMV, Marshall, North Carolina, and put scandal. That's all you got to do. And several years ago, there was a DMV scandal where they were giving out driver's license to illegal aliens for $500 a pop, and that's SBI found. And then, but what was so funny, when me and my friend Don Yelton went down there to see what was going on, we noticed that there was a big hole cut out in the wall, literally a hole cut out in the wall, and so of the DMV. And so what was that? Well, you would go through that hole, and there is the mayor of Hot Springs, who just happens to be selling insurance for your car. So you get your driver's license. You can't speak a lick of English. You get your driver's license. Don't even have to take the test. You just hand them $500 and they hand you your driver's license. You go next door and get your insurance, and you're good to go. And that's what was going on. And the SBI broke all that down. Okay, Rogersville, in my opinion, it is an opinion show here, but I'm going to show you some facts in a minute. In my opinion, that's how it was. Danielle, see Danielle there, but yeah, did not have a problem. Most want to turn themselves in because he got them. It would be bad. Well, he's talking about something, but nevertheless, he was down there with me when we saw that. It's a tight-knit community, okay? There's a lot of meth in that community, and there's a lot of good people in that community, and we could not have found what we found without those good people. But again, I stress to you, there's a reason that nobody is going on television about it and nobody is speaking to have it recorded into a press book. And it's because of all the meth that's going around down there. It is so bad. There's some mean people down there in that area. And so anyway, we had the opportunity to meet a young man, and I've got a message for that young man at the end of this here, and I want to share it with you. But that young man had a story to tell, and he told me right out there in his driveway after we were told to go see this person. And let me remind you, you've been looking for a red Toyota truck, Tacoma, with a ladder rack in the back of it, right? With some ladders in the back of it. We were told to go see this person, and we spoke with this person. And this person said that we should go to the horse pond. And he said that he spoke with Don Wells, which is the father of Summer Wells, approximately 3 hours is what he said, after she was gone missing. And that Mr. Wells had concerns about his daughter, but he talked about a book and talked about a sacrifice, okay? A sacrifice. That's what this man told me. So I'm just firsthand, he's with him directly 3 hours. Then he tells me as a reporter. And I say this as a reporter because that's important here in just a minute. So he goes on and says, you need to.
I say this as a true crime content creator. Dude, you were probably talking to a meth head. Just saying. Coming from somebody that lived in Rogersville, you were talking to that person, right? You just got done saying how bad it was with meth in that area. And somebody that lives in Beach Creek at that. Find that kind of funny. Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I had a hard time finding it. I found it just a minute ago, though. I need to add it to, Nightbot. But when I was looking for it yesterday, I guess I was looking under something different because I could not find it at all. I was having so much issues. Oh, shit. Yeah, there was 2 in Texas yesterday. OG told me about it last night. She was texting me a good part of the night because she was terrified. Because the first one, the one in Allen, Texas, is the one that is right down the road from her house. Literally. Like, that's the place her daughter goes to the most. Yeah, Nana's Angels that's her, that was her thing. But yeah, there was they picked up somebody, yeah. No, all I did, sweetheart, was go to the search bar and copy the URL out of there. I wasn't even trying to look and see if they had a share button. But there's barely anything on here. We're going to share this. This is their website. Hold on. I'm getting kind of close to them treetops. Okay. So, yeah, this is their website, y'all. There's nothing to it. Resources. If a person you know has recently gone missing, below are several helpful resources for what to do next. You got missing children, and you got NC Department of Public Safety, what to do if a child is missing. NC Center for Missing Persons. This is based out of North Carolina, obviously. Because none of these numbers, except for FBI kidnapped and missing, and National Missing and Unidentified Persons system. They're the only two things on this list right here that would even do anybody other than me and Discovery. It wouldn't do anybody else any good. Sorry, I'm writing these down so I don't forget, so I can add them to Nightbot. I never heard of the unidentified. Where the heck did that come from? Did anybody else ever hear of it? Kitty. All right, so missing adults, same thing. Elderly. Huh. That's a very big list, ain't it? So, I live in North Carolina. I've never heard of this before. Hey, Discovery, have you ever heard about this before? Hey, Kit. Because the FBI has not took it over, Lisa J. Her poster will always stay up on the NECMEC site, but if you look at their Amber List, she's not on the Amber List. She's just, her poster's just there. And until she's found, it'll stay there. Okay, sweetheart. All right, so I've never heard of it either. Let's see, look into it a little bit more. Is there an about? Well, let's go back to the home, because we didn't see the whole home page yet. In the United States, over 600,000 missing person cases are filed each year, with an average of 90,000 active cases at any given time. Our mission is simple: to help those that can't help themselves. We are a team made up of former military and law enforcement members with a wide set of skills and cutting-edge technology available to us. What we do on top of in the field investigations. We also strive to increase general awareness, is that an oxymoron, of how people go missing, as well as what we do if someone does go missing. Where prevention fails, quick access to resources and people that deal with missing persons are the most important factors to a quick and safe recovery. And a whole bunch of nosy ass people not sticking their nose into where it don't belong. But I'll never mention names. Sorry, y'all. I'm listening to my cat tear something up in the spare bedroom. Community outreach, teaching and informing others. Teaching people what to look for, who to contact, and what to do when a loved one goes missing are some of the most important factors to helping in that loved one's recovery. I've never heard of them coming in and helping any of the missing cases here in Lee County or Harnett County. If you have any information that might help us find somebody that is missing, please give us as much information as you can below. Tips are extremely helpful resource in our line of work. And your information will not be shared with anybody outside of our organization. What? Move! Cat! Damn it. I don't know if I copied it. We'll see. Hey, Mars. What's up, sweetheart? What was that I just copied? Oh. American. I don't know if I'm spelling this right. Don't mind my spelling today. No, sir. This cat is going to try my patience today. All right. So back to what we were talking about. So yeah, I don't know. It says copyrighted in 2022. It doesn't say how many people they may have helped or how many cases they were involved in. It doesn't say anything. But I just gave y'all the link. Go check it out for yourself and look at it. See what you can find, because I didn't see nothing. I mean, I showed y'all what's on it. So, I mean, oh, God. And he's got a lot of followers, dude. Dudes. I mean, I think he just really needs to stick to local true crime, not missing persons true crime. Because you can boost up the local area stuff. You can't do that when it comes to a missing child. You just can't do that. Like, you're putting more at risk and more at stake. When you put out stuff that's not true. What comment are you talking about? I said, hey. What did I do now? I wasn't even talking about nobody in here. Lord have mercy. I was talking about the dude that we were just doing a review on. Wow. My point. Huh? No idea. Nothing. Y'all find out, please tell me, because I have no idea. None. Oh boy. Well, I didn't ask if you cared. What are you talking about? I have no idea what anybody is talking about right now. There was nothing said. I don't know. I'm guessing to whatever I was saying, but I was talking about that Nesbitt guy. That's who I've been talking about. I don't know how that got interpreted to being about her. I'm lost. If that's what she's talking about, I'm definitely lost. Kitty, will you stop being a little ass today? What cat? My cat? He's trying me today? Oh, asshole. Whatever. That's it. Okay. Anyway. Oh, that threw me off course. I forgot what I was saying. What? Discovery? You made me more confused than I already was, love. I'm out. Take my wrench, please. That comment was well received. Well received from who, though? Like, I don't know who said what. Or if I said what. Like, I've been talking about the same person for the last almost 45 minutes at least. And I barely looked at the comments. Yep, me too, OG. I just got done. Eva. Oh, by the name, take my wrench. No. Circle box. I mean, I've been talking about the same thing. Like, there's no way you could have mistaken any of my comments towards you personally, because I was literally talking about the guy we were just just watching a video about. How can you even incorporate that? Oh my goodness. Ow. Me either. I don't know. I don't know. I was literally talking about this dude here. Come on, dang it. But look at all this when you bring it up. Like, $26,300,000 search results for summer wells. That is crazy, y'all. Hush. Excuse me. Come on. Oh my goodness, my dog is getting so fat she can barely get up on the couch by herself anymore. Fattening. But there is so much on summer. So much. And I'm so grateful for the awareness. But if you look through half of the stuff, everybody is writing the same things or adding to it. Just to make sure their paper gets sold. And that's what a lot of creators do. And I've seen a lot of creators use Summer's name in their title, but never speak about her. Not even send out the 1-800 TBI find. I've seen a lot of people do that. Now, maybe it's just they just keep her name out there. Maybe the live wasn't about her and they just tag her name because they're trying to keep her name and out there in the light. Good idea. I mean, I don't expect people to be like, this live is not about Summer. It is not intended to be about Summer, Not everything I do is about Summer. I am into the best phase of a trial right now. I don't know about that, honey. I'm kind of really annoyed. Eva, stop. I still care. Yep, and added a twist to it. Added a little bit of this to it or a little bit of that to it. They had to make it seem like it was theirs. And I'm not faulting them. I'm not condemning them. Do you, however it makes you feel comfortable or however it makes you your money, do what you got to do. But at the same time, you're involving a child, a missing child. Yep, and then nothing. Hell, they didn't even really tell us that the jury was going home. We had to hear it from one of the reporters sitting inside the courtroom. Sorry, y'all. My husband mowed, and I walked my dog this morning. Oh. Anyway, so my point of this is we just got to be careful on who we listen to and what it pertains to before we tell others about it. Because I was one of the excited ones when they said new eyes, and with this satellite thing, I really believed in it. They're an independent news channel, I think, anyway, so I don't think they would get, they'd probably get fined, but I don't really see them getting into too much trouble if they do that satellite thing. They're not searching the woods per se themselves. They're using an object to do it. They don't even have to step foot in that area. Yep. Because they aren't. Yeah, I think they are starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yes, ma'am. You always fact checked it. You always go back. If you feel like that person is not right, not necessarily telling the truth because they might have got the wrong info themselves, but if you feel like the info that they are giving you is incorrect, don't argue with them. First off, go look for it up yourself. Go look it up for yourself. Find the truth and then bring it to them with the truth. Because that way you have something to back it up with. You're not just arguing for argue's sakes. Oh, you and your spelling hush. Exactly, Discovery. Who's the next to throw the peanuts in? My goodness, I'm sitting here talking and I muted myself. Dum 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 dum. Oh Lord. Sorry. Just looking for something. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Jude. Go troll somebody else. But oh, y'all didn't catch anything? Oh Lord. Yeah, they're all going back to day one to see if there's anything. I mean, I was even thinking about it. Go back over and just listen to all the news sources. Nothing from YouTube, just all the news sources. And see if there was anything that we missed, that we didn't catch. You know? I never done it, but I've been wanting to, honestly. You troll me. Not control. Troll. TROLL. You know who else does? I've noticed a lot. Newsbreak. I don't know where they all get their news from, but a lot of them is misinformation. but we wouldn't get much from the news sources because they really didn't say much. That's the only problem. Most of our info on summer came from his armchair type of. I mean, damn it. I'm about dumb as a box of rocks today. There you go, Discovery. Always good to have sources. True. I don't know who they are. I've never heard, well, I think I might have heard of them, but obviously I've never used them. That's probably why I don't know who they are. But I know Newsbreak does that. And I think they do like daily news and some other ones. Boom. All right, I can't find what I was looking for.